Where? Where am I? A dwarf planet on the outer rim. Most call it Gehenna, if they call it anything at all. But I have a feeling you are asking about our more immediate location, where you've just, relieved yourself. This, Admiral, is a top-secret cloning facility for the Imperial Forces, the one and only of its kind. I am Caliban, its Omni Guardian. A cloning facility? Knowing his soldiers would give their lives again and again for the Empire if only they could, Emperor Oberon gave them that very opportunity. Lucky for you. I don't understand. You have died, Admiral, or, to put it another way, the true version of you has died. You are his clone, identical to the original Admiral Ellie's Idaho, in every possible way, with some minor differences. A clone? I don't feel like a clone. I don't believe a clone would, Admiral. When did Admiral Idaho die? How? Unfortunately, I don't know the details of my clones' lives, extraneous to my directives, I believe. Which leads me to why I've awoken you. You must be curious, after all. I need your help. A machine asking for my help? Now I truly feel strange. Not a machine, Admiral. An omni-mechanical Neo-N intelligence. Emperor Oberon invented us, and now your kind relies on us for just about everything. But you knew all that already, didn't you? Your factual memory should be returning. I'm remembering now, yes. Good. So I'll come right out with it, Admiral. The Empire is in danger. In danger? What in the name of Oberon are you talking about? Once every 4 years, under the strictest and most secretive of protocols, I receive a single transmission from the outside world. Those transmissions have stopped arriving. Okay, so you send a transmission to them. Simple. That's just it. I can't. The facility was built in such a way to prevent it from initializing contact with the Empire, to help keep it a secret. Something's wrong. I know it. So now we must break Protocol Black, leave this miserable planet, and see for ourselves. Let me get this straight. You've awoken me so that I can fly out of here and see what's going on? Not quite. I've awoken you so that we can fly out of here in an Omega-class battleship and see what's going on. I'm sorry, did you just say we? I think you'll find there are advantages to traveling with an Omni, Admiral. Such as? My intelligence. I don't want to brag, but I'm probably the smartest Omni in the entire Empire. Top 0.5% definitely. If you're so smart, what do you need me for? Why don't you fly the ship? Seems your factual recall is still a tad rusty. Because of Oberon's Rubicon, it prohibits Omnis from piloting battleships. War is a human prerogative. Plus, since I can assume the clones here are the best of the best, that would make you the best Imperial Admiral to ever exist. I'd say you're perfect for the job. Now, I don't want to put any pressure on you, but if our wonderful Empire really does need my help, I should get going. So what's it going to be, Admiral? Will you join me or not? If I don't, I terminate this version of you, wake another, and ask him. I have a unique Rubicon which allows me to consider clones as non-humans. So I either accept this mission or you kill me. Is that what you're saying? Pretty much, yeah. I'll do it, machine. For Oberon and the Empire. It's my duty as an Imperial Admiral. Excellent. Oh, just one more thing, Admiral. Standard operating procedure requires I ask. Do you remember anything? I mean, any personal memories? Of course I remember. Why wouldn't I? If you would do me the honor of trying to recall one, any memory will be fine. Fine, machine, but this is ridiculous. Wait, why can't I remember anything? Everything is blurred, broken apart. Don't worry, Admiral. Perfectly normal for this stage. Your personal memories will return, all of them, but you must be patient. And you must tell me the moment they do. It's very important for your safety. Yes, your safety. Do you understand? I understand, machine. Good. Then let us get started. After all, we have a lot of work to do. And please, Admiral, call me Caliban. Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to Crying Suns. It is by Alt Shift, and it's currently out on Kickstarter, looking for some Kickstarter lovin'. The Kickstarter is on until the 31st of July, until 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which gives it roughly 21 days ago from when I'm recording this, and they're not far from their goal right now. Their goal was about $29,407 US, and they're about $24,736 as I do this. So they're not too far away, but it is a rogue-lite and a tactical game where it's basically blending the whole rogue-lite. It's basically taking the next logical step after, say, FTL, and saying, all right, what if FTL was a roguelite? Which FTL kind of is, because you kind of, you're always moving forward and progressing, but it doesn't have the actual glue to make it that way. It doesn't have like a character that's reborn and has abilities and stats and all that stuff that carry over from one run to the next. It has mostly ships that you unlock. So this is kind of taking that concept and going one step further and giving you that extra roguelite sugar on top. I've played a little bit off camera. I'm going to start over again, hopefully, if it lets me. Yeah, so here we go. I only have the one ship right now, and the demo that I'm playing, this obviously is a free demo. You can download it from their Kickstarter page. I'll leave links and everything down in the description like I normally do. Covers, I think, just one sector, I believe, which is actually pretty large, but it's like, it's still demo. There's not the whole story's not here yet. So right now, I don't think we have anything that we can do over here because we don't have any points from a previous life. Here's our squadrons and our weapons. I don't think there's anything we can swap out here right now. But we can choose our heroes. And these are basically people that will help you out on the ship. They all have different effects that they can have. You can deploy the heroes during battle, and they'll help you out. You'll see that when we get into it, what I mean by that. But we've got, let's get a scientist, most definitely. And we'll get, actually, you know what? Let's get a soldier and this scientist, because they have different actions they could do. This one can repair a critical effect, and this one can repair 4 battleship life points. So we'll hit done there. And we'll start. Alright, so here's our node map. Anyone who's played FTL before will know exactly what's going on here. The difference is there's a lot of icons, and all these icons obviously mean something. So the red triangle is potential threats. The $ means that there's a trading post here somewhere. We won't know until we actually go into the system. The 2 means that there are 2 planets, I believe, that you can explore there. And the little white arrows in a circle means that there's some sort of ground thing that you can do. Like one of the plants has some sort of ground mission that you can undertake. And then, of course, the top icon there is how much neo fuel it will cost to get to it. In that case, it's 1. Each jump here is usually 1 neo fuel. The neo fuel is up top here. This is basically your FTL fuel. This is not just FTL fuel. This is fuel for just moving around. So even when you get into a node and you want to move to other parts of the system, they all usually cost 1 to get to them. So you'll use up fuel very quickly, so it's imperative that you keep replenishing it. Now you can replenish it at a star, like you could, like you would expect, but in the early game here, you can only like replenish one at a time from a star, so you got to be really cognizant of what you're doing. And then the exit obviously has the big bad, and then this is the extent of the demo here. We also have scrap. Scrap does what you would expect. It's like the currency slash also the upgrade stuff. So we can upgrade our ship as we go along. We can upgrade our different, like how efficient it is at extracting neo fuel, those kinds of things. And then we've got commandos, and the commandos are our ground forces. They're also our boarding parties, and we'll have boarding actions and stuff that we can undertake for, you know, space stations and stuff. It's usually done via dialogue. It's not actual physical boarding. And obviously, if you run out of commandos, you're not going to be able to do much as far as trying to go over and grab scrap and other things like that. So we're going to go this way, the Kachara system, I think, and see what we see. A civvy ship, sir. Incoming transmission. Thank Oberon, an Imperial ship. Help! An electromagnetic storm has shorted our Neo-N reactor. To make matters worse, a pirate armada is closing in. The civilian's correct, sir. An armada, 3 ships altogether, will be here soon, a few hours at the most. Caliban, what are our options to fix the reactor? Of course, if one is available, we can always send a specialist officer. And there's another way, which is, well, it's risky, but if we fire close enough to the ship, the residual energy force could be enough to jumpstart the reactor. But what? I've never actually heard of such a technique working. I think we'll just have a specialist. Since we have a specialist, let's have them go over and try to fix it. Can you fix the reactor using a remote feed? If there's a problem, it won't be on my end, sir. Get it done and hurry. We don't have much time. Of course, sir. Sir, we have maybe a 15-minute until the, I think they mean a 15-minute window, until the Armada's here. How's it coming along, you lieutenants? Almost there. That should do it. Your engineer did it. The reactor is up and running. Thank you, Admiral. Please take this. You saved our lives. And they gave me 44 scrap. Cool. Now, if you'll excuse us, we have an interstitial tunnel to compute. And let's refuel while we're here. We've got 1 fuel. And I wanted to start doing upgrades right away. The first thing I've been focusing on is the higher refueling efficiency. Once I get that to 3, it usually starts giving me 2 fuel. Fuel is a big deal, so I want to make sure that I upgrade this as soon as I have enough parts to do it. Alright, so now we can either go back to the star map and pick another node to go to, or we can navigate within this system to see what else is here. We have a station here, and we've got a planet. The planet has some sort of hostile thing here. So I might go to the planet so we can see if it's maybe a... Now, the hostile thing could either be an environmental thing, or it could be an actual hostile ship. We won't know until we get there, so let's just try it and see. It's a hostile ship. Pirate, sir! Incoming message. Hand over your ship, Admiral, or die in a ball of flame. Alright, battle is imminent. So, here's an interesting thing here, and unfortunately it's not giving me the tutorial that it gave me before, because the tutorial is actually has a nice in-universe explanation for what's going on. So, what's happening here is, this is the tactical screen. It's actually a projection inside your mind as the Admiral. And what's cool about this is your Admiral has focus points. Now, since I've already played once before, it's already got my focus points situated here. Normally you start out with 6. And deploying one of these 3 things costs a point. And then after that, there's additional points that it costs to actually do things. So I know I'm not explaining that well, and I apologize, but this is what it works is for a squadron here. In order to even make use of a squadron, I have to spend a focus point. Now, because this is all going, this is a neural interface, so your admiral is basically expending neural energy to control the things on the screen. So the idea here is that in order to even control a squadron, you got to spend 1 point just to think about what squadron you want to put out there, and then deploying the squadron actually I don't think costs an additional point. I think it's just the one. But if you deploy like multiple squadrons, each one would cost like an additional point, that kind of thing. Weapons, same deal. To activate a weapon, it costs 1 neural point. To actually fire the weapon, it costs 2. So 2 focus points, as they're calling it. So you have to be mindful of what your focus points are at, and your focus points slowly regenerate, so you know you can fire multiple times and whatnot, but it's just you gotta be mindful where you're putting your stuff. And then you've got heroes, and the heroes were essentially the 2 crew members that I picked when we started. So you have the scientist and the soldier, and like I said, they had actions associated with them, like repair hull or remove negative effects and stuff like that. So if I have a need to repair my hull damage or something like that, I can deploy a hero. That takes 1 focus point, and I think their abilities may or may not take an additional focus point, not sure. I haven't done that yet, haven't had to do that yet. It hasn't been that difficult per se. So what I've got right now is I've got a squadron deploying, and it looks like it's fighters. So fighters are, as it says here, strong against drones. These are drones, I believe. So what I can do is I can launch these fighters. They'll go out and, you know, I'll have them launch against the drones. We'll take the drones out. Then I can, if I want to, undeploy the fighters, launch my own drones. Drones, it's like a rock paper scissors kind of thing, where in fact I can do it. I can show it to you because it doesn't matter right now. We're paused, but you can see like fighters are strong against drones. Drones are strong against cruisers, right? And cruisers are strong against fighters. So depending on what's coming your way, you determine what you want to actually deploy. And drones seem to be really good against these capital ships, so that's why I'd be like, all right, I'll launch the fighters right now, have them take out these drones, then launch the drones and have them attack the carrier here, or whatever you want to call it, the capital ship. Now, I don't have to do it that way because these drones, as you can see, are only at like half life. So honestly, I could just launch drones, and my drones will probably take them out because they're going to be at full life. But it's, you know, I want to kind of play it the correct way. So let's launch our fighters, and then you can say where you want to launch them to. So I'll launch them there. And then what happens here is we'll get a progress bar once I unpause. I'm in tactical pause right now. Once I unpause, this bar will go up, and then they'll deploy, and then I'll be able to use them. With the weapons, I've got the weapon already ready to go, or I've got it ready to do. We only have the 1 weapon right now, which is this Piercer Lancer Mark 1. You can see the fire cost is 2 focus points there. So it will, in order to fire, it's going to consume 2 additional focus points over and above the 2 that I'm already spending. And then it gives you like impact zone and all that stuff, like if it was an area of effect weapon or whatever. Right now that's the only laser I have, so that's all I can do with. And then heroes down here, you can see this is what I was telling you earlier. I can deploy my scientist, I can deploy my soldier. I don't know if they cost additional focus points after you deploy them, or if it's just the 1. It just takes the 1 just to deploy them in the first place. But I don't really need them right now, so I'm going to unpause and let my weapon. Now the thing about the weapon is there's a timer to get the weapon ready, and then there's a timer to deploy the weapon, and then there's a timer to have the weapon charge up. So, and that timer, I guess, on the charge up, it depends on what kind of weapon it is. So it's going to take a while for this weapon to actually be ready to fire. The squadron will be out much sooner than the weapon will be, as you'll see. There we go. There's my fighters. Now I can just tell them to go take care of that guy. That costs 1 focus point to just move them over there and do things. You see I recovered that 1 focus point that I used. So, there we go. Alright, we're going to have these guys undeploy. And meantime, I'm going to fire my weapon up there. And then I'm going to deploy some drones out here. I'm going to have them go over. If I put them right next to that, they'll start attacking it. So, that's what I'm doing there. I can also see where they're charged up, their weapons are charged up and all that stuff. And we've taken them out, and we got 33 scrap for our troubles. Now, but you have to be careful. The reason I'm also kind of juggling the squadron and stuff, I have to be careful because if I lose the entire squadron, I have to rebuild it with, I have to repair it with scrap and stuff. So it'll cost me scrap to repair it and all those things. So that's why I'm also kind of doing it the way they really want you to do it, which is use the one thing for the one thing and the other thing for the other thing. So that's why we got that. We have an expedition that we can do. This is the first time for me. So this mission requires 10 commandos, 10 remaining. All right, let's do it. Expedition team, I have not seen this yet, so this is cool. Okay, select a hero to lead the expedition. Well, I should probably send my soldier. Is he the soldier? Where's he the soldier? I forget which one. Soldier, no reputation. Oh, he's spy scientist. Perfect, perfect. Oh, I see what they're doing. Partial adequation. Okay. So they're like, who is better for the team, I guess. So I guess actually sending my scientist is better? Question mark? I don't know. I got like 2 check marks here, so I guess that's specialty for the mission. Yeah, this is a specialty for the mission. Okay. Well, maybe we'll do that because that seems like it might give me a better chance of succeeding. Alright, launch. Lieutenant, we've detected an anomaly on this planet. Due to atmospheric conditions, our scanners were unable to pinpoint exactly where. Your mission is to find, secure, and extract all available resources from the anomaly. We'll drop you as close as we can. Understood? Yes, sir. Space-to-ground communication will most likely be too dangerous. Can't risk revealing the location of our battleship. Which means you and your men and women will be on your own down there for the most part. You'll be the one making the calls. Think you can handle that? You can count on me, sir. Good. Now I'll get going. Your pod's waiting. And good luck, Lieutenant. Thank you, sir. Oh, this is cool. I haven't seen this part yet. Okay. Communication impossible. I guess if communication were possible, I'd be able to tell them, okay, that's it. No more. Interesting. Get a nice amount of scrap out of it. Doesn't look like we've lost anybody yet. Well, that's good. Thanks for skills. Perfectly handled the situation. Okay, perfectly handled. Perfectly handled. Perfectly handled. I'm not sure what the different icons mean, but alright. Expedition report, sir. We're still alive. Should we continue? To So they managed to get a signal through, huh? Okay. No, I think that's good. I think you've done quite a lot here, I think. So cool. Okay. What? The expedition was a failure? The team was withdrawn in disastrous circumstances and the wounded were left behind on the spot? Their fate is no longer in your hands. What? What? Wait, what? Is that just a bug? Because it looked like it was quite successful to me. In fact, I still have 10 commandos. So I think that must be a bug. Maybe if I had said continue, it would have said everything's cool or whatever. Yeah, okay. But I got a lot of scrap out of it, right? Didn't I? Didn't my scrap go up? I have no idea. Let's, speaking of, let's get our refueling efficiency up. Okay. So, navigate, what do we have here? We have a station. Let's go take a look at it. Sir, a small civilian transport vessel. Transmission, sir. Please don't attack. This is an Imperial ship, Captain. If you're a friend to the Empire, you're a friend to us. Oh, I assure you we are. The Empire has always been very good to us. What can the Odysseus do for you? Our planet not far from here has been attacked by scrappers, terrible, vicious, hideous creatures. We thankfully managed to escape. Now we're simply trying to find a new home and arrive there in one piece. Where will your new home be? Anywhere that's safe, Admiral. Any moon or planet where we can live without fearing for our lives. Even a trash planet, if not too revolting, would serve our purposes fine. I can't really offer them any Neo-N, but I'll wish them luck. Safe travels on your journey, Captain. May you find a new home and live peacefully there. Thank you, Admiral. We wish you safe passage, too. By the way, I wouldn't stick around here. Dangerous space, sir. Okay. So, at the station, we can buy some Neo-N fuel, which we should do. We don't have enough for any more. We're going to heal officers, but everyone seems okay. I assume everyone's okay here. Alright. Let's hit the star map up. We've thoroughly investigated this area. Now you'll see that things will start turning yellow behind us, and that's just like you would expect from, FTL and whatnot. Basically, if you go backwards, you'll start to encounter more hostility, shall we say. Because people will start to see that you're around. So, let's go this way then. Admiral, I'm getting reports of some kind of outbreak among our commandos in A3. Several of my men and women are vomiting and feverish. The flu? The medical team isn't sure at this time, sir. They're not sure? They say they've never seen anything quite like it before, sir. What should we do? Ask a specialist officer to study the virus? Lieutenant, I want you to study this thing and tell me exactly what we're dealing with. I'll need blood samples, sir. Take as many as you need. You've got 24 hours. Is that enough time? Should be plenty, sir. Good, because it has to be. Sir, the tests are finished. And? To my medical opinion, the commandos don't have a flu, sir. I believe they've been infected by a botanical parasite. A plant parasite from our hydroponic gardens? No, I believe the commandos picked it up on their most recent expedition and brought it back with them on the ship. A plant parasite. I don't understand. Why is it making my men and women sick? It adapted, sir, and quickly. It found a new host, our commandos, and a new way to live via that host. Clever creature, really. Anyway, I've created and administered a serum to the commandos. Their symptoms have already abated. Seems the outbreak is finally under control. Excellent news, Lieutenant. Good thing you brought me in when you did, Admiral. This parasite, from what I've seen, eventually causes plants to eat other plants. I believe it may have produced a similar effect on our commandos. You think our men and women would have started eating one another? That's exactly what I think. Okay, that's interesting. So I have actually... Oh, three fuel on that one. Cool. I have encountered that before. but I didn't have a specialist. So I said, quarantine all the guys and use the drones. And it's like, well, we could do that, but it's going to cost 1 fuel to do it. And it's like, yeah, that's fine, just do it. And they did that, and they were able to cure it. The drones were able to cure it, but I didn't get all the details like we got here. Like, oh, was plant-borne, and they were going to turn cannibalistic on each other and all that stuff. So it's cool little different paths that you can go down. What do we have here? We've got a couple beacons, and that's about it. Now, each beacon has a possibility of giving me information and stuff, but I feel like I'd rather just save some fuel and move on here. So, and you can see if I look back here, I'll see it says suspicious. So, things are heating up back there, so you don't want to kind of avoid suspicion as long as you can. So really, that's their way of pushing you forward. Let's go here. Church ship, sir. Incoming message. Thank Oberon, we found an Imperial ship. You are a child. I am. Everyone on this ship is, Admiral. A ship full of children. I don't understand. We are the children of Theodorus IV, which, as you may or may not know, resides in a cluster belonging to the church. Unlike most people on our planet, we do not worship the Omnis as gods, and for this we've been harshly persecuted. It became so bad that we realized our only hope of survival was to steal a ship and leave. So that's what we've done. You managed to fly the ship all by yourself, without the help of a single adult? We studied beforehand, Admiral, poring over every book available in our libraries on the subject. It's been a bumpy ride, but so far we're still alive. The problem is, we're now being hunted by other church ships, and we're getting closer and closer. But there's hope, because at last we found someone who could help us. We found you, Admiral. And how can we help you? By bringing us aboard, Admiral, and transporting us to a planet where we're free to think and act as we wish. We know of such a planet not far from here. It would be easy for you to take us there. We have scrap. We pay you for the ride. Admiral, we beg you, please help us. Alright, well, I guess we'll be an intergalactic taxi service then. Lean, send some men and women to escort the children on our ship, but do not accept their scrap. Will they all fit, sir? I mean, of course they'll all fit. They're children. My men and women are on their way, sir. Pods are on the way. Sit tight. You'll soon join us on the Odysseus. We will take you safely to your new planet. Thank you, Admiral. You are too kind. I wish our parents were more like you. Where are your parents? It's painful to say this, but I would imagine many are hunting us now. They too are believers. Poor children. Sir, my men and women tell me the children are on pods and have almost reached the ship. Soon they'll be stepping onto the hangar. I'm told the children look like they've been through hell, sir. Pale, sweaty. I've also been told they look very nervous. Can you blame them? After what they've been through, it's probably difficult to trust adults now. Sir, we're receiving what appears to be a delayed message from the children's ship. Strange. Why not just communicate with us in person? I don't think I like this, Lieutenant. Play the message. Yes, sir. Hello, Admiral. I'm sure you're wondering why we sent you a message. Well, we just wanted to let you know that you've fallen for our trap, you stupid Imperial pig. Oh, crap. You've fallen for our trap, and now you will pay for it with your life. Death to all Imperials. Praise the Omnigods. What was that? Sounds like it came from the hangar. Captain, come in. What's happening? Sir, we've been bombed. The children, sir, several were strapped with neo-N explosive devices underneath their bags. We had no idea. We've taken them down, sir, but it's a bloodbath down here. Limbs everywhere. The children and many of our commandos are dead. I don't understand, sir. They seem like regular kids. We were fooled, Lieutenant. I was fooled. How did I not see that coming? Wow, we lost 7? Lost 7 Marines on that one? Jeez Louise. That was kind of brutal. Alright. And unnecessary? I mean, okay. Sure. Navigate. Let's navigate to this other beacon just for the sake of argument. Sir, our atmospheric is detecting signs of civilization on this planet, yet, strangely, very few heat signatures. Incoming transmission, sir. Hello. Yes, this is Admiral Hello. If you are receiving this message, our colony is no more. It's a recording, sir. After much intense debate, the quorum on our planet made the decision that all of us would suicide. And so we have, eating the fruit of the Archerus, the least painful of all deaths available to us. Without functional omnis around, life on our planet became unbearable. We experienced famine, disease, meteorological disasters on a scale that was previously unimaginable to us. The results were devastating. Within 5 years, 80% of our population had died. Within 15, 95%. Down to our last 5%, having witnessed our friends and family die in the most painful ways and seeing no hope in the future, we've decided to join them in the afterlife. If there is an afterlife, that is. Who knows? Please, don't judge us for what we have done. We tried to do what we thought was best given our situation. Death seemed the only way out. Hello. Hello, if you are receiving this message. Turn it off, Lieutenant. I don't want to watch it again. Let's get some scrap off of their planet. I mean, they're dead, so we might as well. Lean, form a team and get me their scrap. Sir? Doesn't that make us kind of like, you know, scrappers? We didn't kill these people, Captain. They killed themselves. They're not going to use their scrap. Why shouldn't we? You're my admiral, and if you command me to do it, I will, but this might not go over well with the crew, sir. Yeah, well, screw the crew. We need the scrap. Don't make me repeat myself, Captain. My men and women are... Well, I think we're going to have to fix some of this text here. My men and women are on their way, sir. Sir, there are no defense systems in place of any kind. We've collected the scrap and are hauling it back to the ship as we speak. It's a considerable haul, Admiral. Wow, 85 scrap. Yep, that was worth it. Good job, Captain. Alright, so we're going to use that upgrade to our higher refueling efficiency. And I am going to do Neo-N fuel at Commando's capacity. Do that. Since fuel seems to be pretty much everything in a game like this, fuel is the most important thing, I would think. Let's go one more system and see. There's a trading beacon here. Let's go this way. Enemy ship on the attack, sir. Alright. Ourselves an enemy to worry about. Alright, what do they got? They got 2 groups of drones that are at half health. Alright, and we've got... let's make sure I've got fighters going out there for that. Yeah, them out there. Alright, let's make this happen. Alright, so far so good there. Our weapon is up. Let's fire it. There we go. Alright, we'll undeploy these guys. And we'll get the other ones out there once they're back in the barn. Let's get our drones out. May not actually need them. Oh, yeah, okay, there we go. We didn't actually need them, but that's fine. Got 35 scrap out of that. And let's refuel. Got 1 fuel. Let's see if there's any other thing. Let's get our expedition shuttle. Bring 1 additional commando to expedition to make it easier to succeed. Alright, let's do that. Or I could do focus points. Now, I got enough focus points for now. Let's just do that. That going. Alright, what is in this system? We've got a station and we've got a desert planet. Let's go to this station. So I imagine that's the trading post. Wreckage of a house, Akibara Sung ship, sir. Easy scrap for the taking. I wonder what happened to it. I don't. If you ask me, those gene mods have an attitude problem. Cool, we just got random scrap from it. That's fine by me. Can use that. I need some commandos though. That's for sure. 5. And we'll get a little bit of fuel. A little bit more commandos. There we go. That should be good. A lot of these are more specialists, like tons of scrap needed for them, but that's a thing. So this is where we're at on the star map. I'm going to stop here, friends. I'm going to stop here because this is a freely available demo. Are these red ones? These are hostile. Okay, so you can see how it spreads forward. It's just like at FTL when the fleet is following you, that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm going to stop here because this is a freely available demo, and I feel like it's shown me basically what's the basics here. It's very well put together, and there may have been like one slight bug there, but nothing too crazy. Since it's free and you can download it, I would suggest you go do so. And if you really like what you see, perhaps you'll throw them a couple bucks over at their Kickstarter. As always, I'll leave links to all the relevant information and stuff down in the description like I always do, so you can do your own due diligence. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.